Can you feel the electricity in the air, Montreal? Or is this just another tantalizing whisper in the relentless hockey rumor mill? We're talking about a name that sends shivers down spines, a true legend of the game, and the possibility, however remote, of him donning the iconic blue Blanc ET Rouge. Yes, we're diving deep into the swirling vortex of speculation surrounding Steven Stamkos and the Montreal Canadiens. Is this a pipe dream, or could the stars actually align for one of the most unexpected blockbuster moves in recent memory? For weeks, the hockey world has been buzzing, and the Canadiens faithful, in particular, have been on an emotional roller coaster. The need for a bona fide number 2 center in Montreal isn't just a talking point. It's a strategic imperative. And when you talk about elite talent, about leadership, about a proven winner, Steven Stamkos' name inevitably rises to surface. The captain of the Tampa Bay Lightning, a 2-time Stanley Cup champion, a player whose shot is still one of the most feared in the league. Could he really be on the move? And more importantly, could Montreal be his destination? Let's cut through the noise and examine the compelling arguments that suggest this seemingly improbable scenario might just have a glimmer of truth. We've uncovered at least 3 significant reasons why Steven Stamkos, the quintessential Lightning icon, might just say yes to a new chapter in Quebec. First, and perhaps most poignantly, is the undeniable connection to Martin St. Louis. For those who followed Stamkos' early career in Tampa Bay, the bond between him and St. Louis was more than just teammates. It was a mentorship, a passing of the torch from one superstar to another. St. Louis, a diminutive dynamo, taught Stamkos the nuances of the NHL game, how to navigate the pressures, how to lead. They shared triumphs, they shared locker rooms, and they forged a relationship built on mutual respect and a shared passion for winning. Now, St. Louis stands behind Canadiens' bench, a revered figure, shaping the future of this storied franchise. Imagine the pitch, a chance to reunite with a mentor, a friend, a coach who understands your game, your drive, your very essence as a player. It's not just about X's and O's. It's about comfort, trust, and a familiar voice in a new environment. And let's not forget the subtle, yet significant, presence of Vincent Lecavalier within the Canadiens organization. Another former Lightning captain, another link to Stamkos' past, creating a potential network of familiarity that could ease any transition. This isn't just a coaching connection. It's a familial one, a hockey family reunion that could be incredibly appealing. Secondly, let's be brutally honest. The Canadiens are good, and they're getting better. This isn't the rebuilding project of a few years ago. This is a team with a burgeoning young core, brimming with talent, speed, and a hunger to win. Cole Caulfield, Nick Suzuki, Uri Slavkovsky, Caden Gold, Lane Hudson. The list goes on. These are players who are either already making an impact or are on the cusp of superstardom. For a player like Stamkos, who has tasted the ultimate glory, the prospect of joining a team on the ascent, a team that's not just competitive but genuinely exciting, must be incredibly enticing. He wouldn't be joining a sinking ship. He'd be joining a vessel that's gathering speed, ready to challenge the established order. The opportunity to be a veteran presence, a guiding hand for these young stars, while still competing for a playoff spot and beyond, offers a compelling narrative for the twilight of a Hall of Fame career. It's a chance to be a difference maker, not just a passenger. And finally, the third reason, one that speaks directly to Stamkos' on-ice prowess and what he needs to continue producing at an elite level, the presence of a dynamic playmaker. The word on the street, whispered among insiders and analysts alike, is that for Stamkos to consider a move, he'd need to play alongside a player who can consistently feed him the puck, a true setup man. Think about his incredible success in Tampa Bay, often fueled by the sublime passing of Nikita Kucherov. Well, Montreal is a player who, while still developing, possesses that very same potential. Ivan Demidov, the young Russian phenom, with his incredible vision, puck-handling skills, and innate ability to create offense, has been touted by many as a Nikita Kucherov 2.0. The thought of Stamkos, with his lethal one-timer, lining up on the power play, or at even strength with Demidov dishing him pucks, is enough to make any Canadiens fan salivate. It's a tantalizing prospect, a potential synergy that could reignite Stamkos' scoring touch and provide the Canadiens with an offensive punch they desperately need. This isn't just speculation. It's a strategic fit that could unlock a new level for both players. Now, before we all get swept away in a wave of hopeful euphoria, let's pump the brakes for a moment. Because while those three reasons paint a compelling picture, the reality of an NHL transaction, especially one involving a player of Stamkos' caliber and contract, is rarely straightforward. We have to ask the tough questions, the ones that keep general managers up at night. First and foremost, there's the undeniable fact that Steven Stamkos, while still incredibly effective, has slowed down quite a bit from his peak. He's not the same explosive skater he once was, and while his shot remains elite, the overall demands a number 2 center in today's fast-paced NHL are immense. He's also making a substantial $8 million a year, with 2.5 years remaining on his current deal. That's a significant cap hit for any team, let alone one that's carefully managing its future financial flexibility. While the salary cap is projected to rise, and a team like the Lightning could potentially retain some salary in a trade, it's still a hefty investment for a player who is undeniably on the back nine of his career. This leads us to the real crux of the matter for the Canadiens. Do they feel capable of re-signing him? If they acquire him, is a rental for a deep playoff push, or do they envision him as a multi-year fixture? And perhaps even more critically, do they want to take such a gamble with a player who's quite a bit older than the club's current core? The Canadiens are building for sustained success, focusing on youth and long-term development, integrating a veteran superstar, even one of Stamkos' pedigree, who doesn't perfectly align with the team's age curve, presents a strategic dilemma. It's a question of fit, not just for this season, but for the next 3, 4, 5 years. Furthermore, Stamkos has been playing less center than he used to, often shifting to the wing to maximize his offensive impact and manage his workload. If the Canadiens are truly looking for a number 2 center, does Stamkos, in his current role, perfectly fill that void, or would it require further adjustments to the lineup? These are legitimate questions that need thorough consideration by the Canadiens front office. And then there's the often overlooked, yet incredibly significant personal factor. Despite the allure of Montreal, the St. Louis connection, and exciting young talent, we have to wonder whether Stamkos will truly want to come and play in Canada and Quebec if a deal were to materialize. Stamkos grew up in Toronto, but he has spent his entire professional career in Tampa Bay, a state known for its advantageous tax situation. He's built a life there, raised a family. Uprooting his family once again, moving to a new country with a different language and a much higher tax burden, is a massive personal decision. While the passion of Montreal fans is legendary, and the opportunity to play for such a historic franchise is immense, the practicalities of life, family, and finances are powerful deterrents that cannot be ignored. It's not just a hockey decision, it's a life decision. So there you have it. The compelling arguments for why Steven Stamkos to Montreal could be a stroke of genius, a move that electrifies the city and propels the Canadiens forward. But also, the sobering realities, the significant hurdles, and the legitimate questions that make this a far more complex proposition than a simple rumor. It's a fascinating debate, one that highlights the intricate dance between ambition, strategy, and the human element in professional sports. What do you think? Is the idea of Steven Stamkos in the Canadiens' jersey a dream come true, a game changer that could lead them to glory? Or is it a potential disaster, a gamble too risky for a team building for future? We want to hear your thoughts, your passionate opinions, your expert analysis. Let us know in the comments section below. Tell us why you're for it or why you're against it. And if you found this deep dive insightful, if you appreciate us cutting to the noise to bring you the full picture, please do us a huge favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and share this video with your fellow hockey fanatics. Your engagement fuels our coverage, and we love hearing from you. Until next time, keep the conversation going, and keep that hockey passion burning bright.